O'Connor, resident artist, Windsor and Newton. Thanks for being at Salon Rouge Gallery in my studio. Can I ask you a question that quite a few of my students ask me as well? Being a paint technician, you'll really give us some good info. Sometimes the oil paints are drying and looking a little dull. What can students do about that?
Well, it's what they've probably done, and that's probably adding too much solvent. So we've got some paints here at the moment, and you can see that I've got a thinner. Oh, actually, I've got a bit of a thinner that's here. It doesn't matter whether it's, we're using the artisan water mixable oils, and the thinner here is the solvent. But if it was a traditional oil, it would be your terps. What often happens is that terps becomes something that is maintained all throughout the layers, and thus it takes away all the binding properties, all the oil, which is the stuff that makes the paint look oily
Luscious.
and luscious. Yeah. So what we need to make sure we're doing with all oils, whether they be water mixable or whether they be conventional oils or even alkyds, is maintaining the colour consistency and the binding properties of the oils. Not only for its colour brilliance, but also for adhesion to the layer before and the layer that will come thereafter.
Great. Do you want to show us anything?
Okay, well, let me just show you. That's the thinner that's there, but I've got some linseed oil here, and it's just so that you remember that if we've got a little bit of colour that's there, but if we want to, I suppose, as we're going along in our painting, that's a little bit of linseed oil. So if I'm going to add some oil now, and I'm working with that, I need to keep maintaining that oil. I can't stop using that because we need to follow those principles of oil painting, fat over lean. So once you start using oil, you maintain the oiliness of it until you get to your top layer, your finishing layers of the oil painting.
Yep, fantastic. That's great advice for everybody. What about varnishing later?
Oh, wait 6 months. No matter what that oil painting is, how thin or thick it may be, it's 6 months at least before you're varnishing it.
And maybe for the one behind you, one of mine, it might be 2 years.
Possibly. So you may put on something that might be just a retouch varnish just to protect it in the interim.
Good idea. Thanks very much, Nat.